Hola, buenos dias. Well, good morning, benvenido. Welcome to my YouTube channel as I keep you informed of what's going on through the Galactic Matrix simulation, everything through the mortal of its gods, vibrational frequency systems, understanding location centers through its gravitation pulse systems, through its pixel divisions going through transmission light systems. High horizon and so many force recognition systems. We're in the phase structuring system of the pixel division. So basically, I hope everybody enjoyed Space Discoveries episode 4, Time Zones. It's very powerful stuff. So I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you, subscribers and viewers, for this force recognition of everything through interforce connections. We're going into the interlocking mode system through pixel division, understanding through locations that your coloration patterns are changing every single day. So your phase structuring system through the gamma ray of its connection through the geosystem. The geosystem is this connection through its lapping motion. A lapping motion is understanding the pixels through its activation through its slow motion system. So the pixels divisions, because you got billions and trillions and understandable things that are in your body simulator and how to activate all those through location centers. You understand your new chakra system through its weather patterns. The whole concept with time zones, I'll give you an example of what's going on. Now, hopefully you guys understand that. It's very important you understand what's going on with its traveling and how you go through its increasing to its decreasing, and then you go back into its electronic interference, and then you go back into the pixel division through its conceptions, and how you go form yourself back into your energy body system. That's understanding how to go through these activation portal systems, through its deactivation, through its fragmentations. Because the coloration change, you get into the line signals go into the body simulator, and it absorbs and goes back into its phase structuring system of its pixel division. So it's understanding how to go from one location to the next. Okay, so I hope everybody's doing well, and welcome to my channel. So basically, let's get started because we got a lot going on through illustrations. So like I said, this is mostly on its conception when it comes to time zones in episode 4. So everything I give you is not just reference, but everything I give you through Space Discoveries and its videos is understanding everything that goes on in space and how you are connected. Okay, it's very important you understand that. Okay, Mary was telling you about a good example of vortex mass where you go 2 + 2 is 4. Well, that plus is your body simulator. So you have to understand how to use the 2 and how to use its space of its 2 and how you connect through its 2 of its 2 to its connection of its parallel to its dimensional set system, where you can allocate the location of the 4, bring it up to higher division. Okay, and once you bring it to higher division, then you understand that you use your body simulator to uprise the 2 and 2. Okay, and then it becomes 3 + 3 is 6. Okay, through the equation. So it's very powerful stuff. So basically, I'm just going to do a little bit of a line graph system from my Space Discoveries and how you saw all these different lines. Okay, so it's very important to understand portal activations and how they open. Okay, once you get understanding what lines are, then you can understand how it goes into pixels right away, and it transfers and it goes into your body system. Okay, so those pixels are going in its full rotation. Okay, and it goes into your body system. So you're traveling through time, you have to understand line signals because everything's connected. Because the red, the blue, and the green are electronic interference, but I have to understand its connections through its interlock motion, because that interlock motion is extremely powerful stuff. Okay, so I'm just doing pixel divisions of a body system right now, so you understand that your body system is extremely powerful to the mind system. Okay, so they all have to connect through its center of its cycle systems. Okay, and how it comes together. So it's a wind force connection. So when you're going through a plasmesium or plasma or anything through its helix or its hydrogen, through its connection, you understand portal activations and how you travel, but you have to understand how to get back into your pixel body. Okay? Very important to understand that, because if you don't know how to get back into your pixel body, there's a problem there. Okay, because you're going to go through different location centers, but your body system has to understand its location. Okay, that's where it gets into its interlock mode system through its connection of its vibration system. And that vibration system goes on all fragmentation systems. Okay, it's very powerful stuff when you understand how to communicate. So those lines are going into your body system. So it's kind of like wind forcing everything through lines, and it's going like this, right? And then it's just going like this, and then it's coming into the pixel body. And now you're back on its location of where you set your division from the beginning, okay? So it's understanding not just dimensions, but understanding how to go through that portal activation, how to go through the electronic interference, okay? That's where it gets into the interlocking mode system through the gamma ray of its connection to its geotherm. That geotherm is its biotherm through its weather atmosphere system, okay? So I'll use green as electronic interference. Very powerful stuff. Okay, so wind forces everything through the body. Okay, so it's understanding that your pixel body is coming back to life, from traveling. Okay, so it's forming everything back to its pixels, but it has to understand its activation through its code frequencies. Okay? Because once you get into the diometer system, your speed odometer changes your body frequency levels of its heat signatures. We got into that before, but I'm just showing you how your phase structure changes every single time you go through location system. Okay? So I'm just showing you. I'm just drawing it out so you get a better understanding. You go from these lines. Extremely powerful stuff. So you're going through an activation portal. Okay. So let's just say this is the portal right here. I'm just drawing it out completely, and I'll show you exactly what it is. So you're coming out of its portal system, circular rotation system. Okay. So it's understanding you're coming out of a realm of a dimensional through a galaxy system. And that galaxy system sidelines its angles, and it creates all these lines signals through fragmentation systems. Okay, that's a little bit of blue here. Cycling system with blue atmosphere marker system here. Let's add a little bit more. So it's understanding its on its full rotation. Once it reaches its higher light through communication, as it's coming out, the line communications is changing fraction divisions of fragmentation of line systems. Okay, so everything connects through its realm. So you're coming out. Okay, it's very powerful stuff. I'm going to show you here. Right, I'm talking, but I'm showing you exactly what happens when you go through the dimension. Okay, your whole body system doesn't come out of a dimension when you're in the set division through a pixel. It has to go through its line formations, because now it's going back to its gravity system through its oxygen levels. And that's how you get out of this dimension. Okay, this is the understanding through time zones and space discoveries, and how you go through the lines, and the lines connect through the pixels, and the pixels connect through its conception of its interlocking motion system, because every pixel has to be in its right location. Okay, so it's very important everybody understands that. The more you understand that, the more you understand what's going on with its communication. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit more red. But everything connects. Okay. It's fascinating when you see these things, because they're extremely real to the mind, because the mind knows exactly what it's doing. All right. It knows exactly what to do. Okay. So I'm just showing you what you need to do with your pixels and how to activate everything through code frequencies. Okay. That's what it is. Everything connects. Once it connects, you go back in your pixel body through its division, and it goes in lock-in mode. And that lock-in mode goes into the transformation lights. It goes back to its centers. It has to understand its core center, where it is through its gravity system, because the magnetic force and highway information system is putting back your energies in the pixel division. Okay, so that's what it looks. This is what it looks like. Okay, so basically, it's fascinating stuff. Okay, this is the dimensional set that you're coming out of. Okay, this is a portal activation. It's extremely high voltage, right? Everything is connecting. So it's understanding that it's coming out, it's wind forcing everything to electricity, and that electricity is coming into its pixel division. And then it locks and key into the location centers of all pixels of where they're supposed to be placed. They have to be placed in its right division, right? It's understanding that you're going through so many location centers through vibration systems. Okay? It's pretty powerful stuff. How you phase structure everything. Once you do that, then you understand what your pixel body is and what it does, because it has everything through reaction. Okay? It has everything through reaction, but you have to understand your dimensional sets through its vibration, because everything continues on an energy mode system. That energy mode is coming out of its realm. You can put some electronic interference here. Okay. So that's what it looks like when you go through portal activations. Portal activations, and you're coming into the line signals. The line signals are going into its pixel of its fraction division through its paraphrasing of its paradigm shift to its polar shift, okay, and its pixel division, depending on your silicone, antimantium particle system, or anything through the molecule system of DNA structure system to its hydrogen. Okay, nobody's a hydrogen, only me. Okay, but you have to really understand the wavings and what's going on with its pixels, and they have to be in the right location as soon as you come back down through your location system. Okay, that's when you high force your connection through its realms. All right, so you go from a dimension to its waving of its lines, and the lines comes into its pixel, and the pixel comes into your formation of your body simulator to its phase structure system. Okay? So that's what happens when you travel through time. Okay? It's very important that you understand, because everything is connected through gravity centers. Everything's connected through pixels. So your activation mode systems through its pixel division is communicating with all space of atmosphere systems through time. Okay? Because the communication levels of electronic interference, let's say we got green and blue and red and blue. Now we already understand what the colors are and what they mean, but they have to go right in its interlock motion system. They have to go into its lock and key, and that lock and key goes into its pixels, and those pixels go into the geoforce of its connection through its magnetic force highway information system, which is the energy pattern, and it has its ground formations. Okay, so when it connects through that, it interforces everything through its atom system, okay? And it electrocutes everything through its diameter system, through its speedometer. Now it's understanding that it's getting this location system, goes back into crown chakra. Okay, the crown chakra is trying to get back to its revelation of Earth. Okay, and then it winds force it's down to its ground formations. Ground formations and magnetic force and highway. Everything is north and south. Okay, just remember that. Everything has electronic. Now, the electronic interference goes back into its center core of your body simulator system. Okay, so it's a high force wind force connection. It's extremely powerful stuff. Now, once it blends back into its atom system, it goes back into its coloration pattern system, back into its electronic interference system, okay, through the ground formations. Okay, so the ground formation has to know what's going on with the pixels through its location when you travel. Okay, the crown chakra has to understand what's going on with the mind system. It has to understand what realm you just came out of. Okay, so it winds forces, like I said, goes back into its body system. Okay, and once it goes into its system through its atom system, goes back to its regular coloration pattern system. Okay, whatever color that is. So it's understanding that you're changing your perceptions, you're changing your direction, you're changing your locations, you're interlocking information through the dimensional realm system, through your traveling mechanisms. Okay, so that's what happens when you get back on Earth. Okay, so it's understanding that This is the crown chakra, and it's not connected yet through the magnetic force and highway information through the magnetic force system, that's magnesium, through the polarized system. Okay, that's when you go through its orbits. But understanding the lines, you have to really understand the dimension that you're in and how to come out of its line frequency into its pixels through its atom system. And that's where it gets locations through its ground formations. The ground formation comes up through its electronic interference, goes back into its atom system through its right coloration pattern, through its right direction. The pixel divisions activate everything through the body simulator. Okay, so it's understanding how to get balance back from where you ever traveled from through dimensional set systems of vibration through harmonic systems. Okay. So once you understand that, the electronic interference to the ground formations gets a lot more stronger now. Okay. So it's communicating higher force, and everything through its connection communicates with its geoforce, okay, of its gamma ray, with its location centers. Okay. So you have to understand how powerful you are when you're going through connection, because everything in space wants to know that you're doing okay. So it's just saying, yeah, I'm telegraphing my energy patterns right now through all space connection of time. Everything's good. I'm back on its formation system. I'm back on its rotation system. The simulation is back in its pixel division, back into electronic interference. See, it's understanding that everything is a carrying motion. Okay, space cares for everything that goes on because we're so connected through space. And once you understand how to connect through space and time, then you understand how to use your portal activations. Hey, Trisha, how you doing? And how you go through different realm systems through its dimensional sets of its new chakra system, of its body simulator system, through its line communications. Okay, it's very powerful stuff. I know you're trying to figure out what's going on, but this is your crown chakra. It's already connecting right through its interforce connection, and it's high winning its forces through electricity. Okay, it's connecting through the G force system, okay, which is the gamma ray through location. So it's understanding that it's a high wind force system, but the slowing mechanisms is its lock and key, which is interlocking everything through emotion. So it's connecting in all realms of electricity through the crown chakra back into its interforce connection when it comes to a magnesium magnetic forcing highway information system, which is based on electronic systems of all planet systems in all locations. Okay, so once you get into the pixel division and you go back into the body simulator system, you high rise the chakra system, okay, to the crown chakra, to its interforce of everything through its connection, okay, and everything through planet systems are going to know exactly what you're doing because everything is connected through you through pixels, okay. It's just understanding how to activate everything through a portal activation to get into the code frequencies of its line systems. Okay. So if we don't get balance back from where we traveled, how would the effect? Well, see, that's a good question. Very good question. Balance is everything. Okay, you not just have to know your pixels, but you have to understand your activation mode systems. You have to understand your emotions with your connection, because if you high rise in a division and you're stressing your levels through communications in space, okay, your diometer system is going to change the speed odometer, and you're going to back phase your system into a black hole. Okay, so it's very important that you go through the right dimension of location, through time sequences, section, unit systems, through the vector unit vibration of its orbit system. Okay. It's the same thing when you're on dimensional Earth. You know, not everybody can have a good day. Everybody can have a good and a bad day. It's just understanding that you have to be cautious on your vibration, because your connection energy waving patterns through your energy fields is going to connect through its community. Okay. So it's very important that you control your emotions through your vibrations. Okay. One time I was off center through location centers, and I was very tired and had so much energy come into me. I had a bottle of pop, and the vibration just it combust, right? That's understanding that you're not balanced. So understanding that this human vessel is extremely hard to control because it's on the extreme high vibration. It's highest vibration through illumination of all light systems. So once you reach that illumination light, it's extremely hard to control everything through balance, but you have to understand emotion through content. Okay? Once you understand motion through content, then you understand your balance frequency levels. Okay? Because in retrospect, we're human first, right? Before anything else. But when you are a human vessel in a spiritual realm through a mind system, through a brain of an activation mode system, and you understand portal activations and everything through travel mechanisms, it's very important that you keep your emotions in contact through balance of vibration. Because it distorts the atmospheres. It distorts humans through their vibration. It interrupts their energy system. Okay? That's how powerful you are, because you're not just connecting with space and time. You're connecting with everything through its grounds of its atmospheres. Your energetic field, okay, your energy field, okay, is going to connect in all realms, okay, at dysfunctional levels through vibration, okay? So just imagine you have 3 or 4 people in a room, okay, and you're having a bad day. That vibration will go through you and its continuous force, and it will line sequence everything through the mind brain frequencies of everybody else, whoever's in that room. And things will break, things will combust, because that vibration is not on its balance. So balance is everything, okay? So everybody has an off day, okay? It's just a matter of keeping that balance, especially when you're high rises to higher force connection, okay? So if you're going through portal activations and you come back down, your pixel divisions has to be in its right location. That's where you get into the interlock motion through the G force. And that geo force, okay, is its gamma ray towards connection. So it's a slow mechanism through a pixel division, because every pixel is a different direction through an activation, but it has to go in its point system. It has to go back into its rotation of its vibration system, okay, which means it has to go on its right circulation rotation. It has to connect through its own colors. It has to connect through its, it has to go through its wind force. And once it goes past the lines and the pixel division is in its correction division, then everything through the location is going to have its balanced system, okay? But you have to understand everything through the factoring of your phase structuring. Okay, so it's, see the lines are coming in, right? And your pixel divisions are activating right now, activating your whole body. Okay, it's going like this. That's what it's doing. Okay, once it's activating like this, it's constantly doing that. It's illuminating its lights. It's using its crown chakra. It's communicating with the new chakra system. It's line formatting everything back in balance through its energy of its graphing system. Now, when that graphing system goes on its web graphing system, your GPS location system, okay, is connected through the string theory system. Now, string theory comes back into revelation, everything through location, through dimensional sets. That's where you get into your northwest, south, and east of your traveling mechanisms. So just be cautious on where you travel to. Make sure that you go back in your pixel division, because if you go on a wrong location of a pixel activation code system through energetic waving patterns, through a different weather pattern, but it's not the right location system, your vibration centers are going to collapse through its galaxy systems. And those galaxy systems are connected through dark realm systems. Okay. So it's not just keeping your positive thoughts on Earth, it's keeping your positive thoughts in space when you're flying around. Okay. Because your emotion is conflicted, okay, through positive and negative. So it's very important that when you're flying around, keep the positive mode through vibration when you're flying around through planets and energy and anything through communication levels. Okay. So hopefully that helps you out. That's how it affects everything through atmosphere systems, because the ground formations, when you go back out on Earth, it doesn't understand vibration until you get its pixel division in its right location. You have to understand interlocking mode system. You have to understand the geo force, because everything through its connection. So it's kind of like, right? It's like, and it goes, You have to understand vibration and what it does. You have to understand lights. You have to understand communication. You have to understand everything through its activation. You have to get back into your pixel body through any dimension that you go through, through location, through harmonic systems. Okay? So when you wind force your action panel systems through the crown chakra, that new location system is going to communicate in all realms of galaxy system, all planets' intelligence, because they want to make sure that you're okay, right? That's how powerful you are, is understand you're communicating with space, but everything is a carrying source. Just like we want to take care of the galactic dimensional Earth and everything that resides in it, the recycling, separating things, from plastic, anything through environment, keeping the water containments of water, oceans, lakes, cleansing garbage on the grounds, pick it up, put it in the garbage where it's supposed to go, separate it through the recycling divisions. You want to have the cleansing of the dimensional Earth, right? That's very important. So knowing how important it is to be on this dimensional Earth, knowing how important it is to be in space and time. Okay? That's why it's very important to understand your emotional content with your vibration when you come back to dimensional sets of location centers. Okay? So just a little tip. It's a big tip. And, like I said, I give you videos that are great. I give you easy diagram systems through location systems, but it's very important that we understand the dimensional Earth and understand that it needs to be recycled. We need to cleanse it because it is a feeding source. It's on an extremely high gravitational pull of vibration. Okay? So the more you connect and the more you high rise, the more you have to be cautious with your energy cycles through pixel divisions, okay, through the geo system. Okay? So just really, really understand what's going on with your phase structuring of its pixel division. So anyway, I hope you're doing well. Same that your location centers are better. You're back into balance. Your frequency levels are a little bit, they're going. Once you understand vibrations through body signatures of body structures through pixel divisions, you understand the sounds of everything through location of DNA structures of people. Okay, because my vibration is different from yours. But if you can actually hear the vibration, if you can actually see the vibration, if you can actually understand its emotional content, then you understand how to heal. Okay? Because if you start learning your angles and you're cross-referencing and you're going through line communication problems, so if your pixel division is not in its interlocking motion system through its pixel of its vibration system, it's going to change its location into another DNA structure of an NT4 system through a singularity of a line system. Okay, so it's very important that you keep cautious and everything through your positive feeds when you're in space and time through emotional content, because your human behavior is very, very important. Okay. Yes, you're in a human vessel. Yes, you're conducting into space and time, but your positive and negative feeds, okay, have to wind force its connection. You can't travel in space and time on a bad mood. You just can't, because everything will go haywire. It will change the solar systems. It will change the vibrations. It will change the star systems. It will change illumination lights. It will change pixels. It will change everything through the galaxies of the gamma ray system through its connection of vibrations. Those location centers are going to change everything through its multiverse connection. Okay? Especially when you're out of your operating program system, you're full winning your cycles through continuous force of mind frequencies of program systems, then you understand what I'm talking about. If your mind completely stays out and you're traveling force of so many force recognitions of your planet system, you have to understand your locations, okay, of all line signals. Okay, then you understand all dimensions through the activation code system through vibrations of harmonic systems. Okay, so it's very important that you control your thoughts, especially when you're in space. Okay, now this goes way beyond meditation. So when the mind and the brain is out, okay, it's very important that you keep that balance because it connects through, even though you're in space all the time, you have that dimensional Earth to come back to. Okay, so the interforce and interrelation through partnership of the higher self really, really you have to understand communication with the higher self, with the galactic matrix interforce of motion, content, and everything through its connection of its mortal state and its gods. Okay? So that's a big, humongous tip for everybody to understand. Okay? These things are very important. So let's get into singularity, shall we? Anna, how's it going? But I hope you really enjoyed time zones on Space Discoveries. I enjoyed making it. The next one is matrix and its locations. It's going to be fascinating how everything aligns through alignments, shapes, letters, and numbers. It's just in the process of getting the platform done. So like I said, things are going to go in its force and its recognition system. So it's very powerful stuff. But I want to give that to everybody and how important is your human behavior is through all location centers when it comes to the mind system. Because once you come out of the mind system completely and fully, you really, really have to pay attention on your thoughts, because you are not connecting through Earth. You are connecting through space and time. And you have no idea what locations are if you don't understand your perceptions and everything through its coloration patterns. Because you can communicate with an entity force system on a dark side system that's not even supposed to be there. Okay? Everything in space hears here's what's going on through your voice and grids. It has eyes and ears and a mind and a brain. Okay? It's all based on energy. Energy, that's all it is. It's energetic waving patterns of path recognition of your face structure and of your pixel division through dimensional set of a vibration through all locations of entity force systems. Okay? So it's very important that when you communicate through space and time, you're communicating with its right entity force location through line signals. Okay? Because if you go to a different dimension, you can open a paradox. Okay? It's kind of like open, what is it? Pandora's box. And that box is not a box. You can't open it until you understand the code frequencies, or it's a voice and grid. Okay? Or it has to understand its continuous force through air, fire, okay, or anything between its water containments or its earth, of its grounds. Okay? So it's understanding communication with your audio signals of listening. Okay? Because in space and time, they're listening to you. Okay? You probably don't think that because you're not at that level, because you're not at that perception. But it's sight seeing everything through locations when you go beyond everything through the mind capacitor of its mind framing, of its mind's frequency systems, through the hydraulics of the circuitry system. Okay? So I'm going to bring that to everybody's attention. It's very important that you keep your eye on that. So we get into the singularity. Now, the reason why I want to get into singularity, because a lot of people are having trouble of what line communication is. Okay, Anna was trying to figure out, I'm drawing a line and I have an atom. Okay, she's saying, okay, but I can't draw it anymore because I don't understand its information. I don't understand the energy cycle. I don't understand its level. So either it's because of your force recognition when it comes to your thoughts. So if you draw that line sequencing and you put a bad thought in there, that's going to change the vibration of its atom through its line signal. Okay? Because you are not connected through the brain. You're connected through the mind. You can't communicate with line vibration of intelligence through singularity line systems, through energetic waving patterns through the matrix alignment systems, is because you're communicating on all levels of negative systems. All right? So you're doing a line like this. Okay? This is a line. Okay, you're starting with that. Everything is based on a line. So when you open that line and you put a negative thought in there, this is what happens. Okay? So it goes from this to this. Right? So you have to understand how to get this back into line formation. Right? So once you get it back into line formation, okay, you have to understand its interlock motion. This is where the atom changes its location in its pixel. Everything is based on emotional content when it comes to vibration. I did that too in my review when it comes to videos on vibration and humanity systems. Your vibrations are very important when it comes to energy of its thoughts. So when you're communicating with space and you're communicating with vibration through entity force systems of all coloration patterns, but you're not sure, let's just say this is a star. Okay. Now, that's a star, okay? It's an energetic pathing waving star that's connected through all realms of definitive source systems that are connected to all realm systems of all vibration systems. Now, to you, it's a star, but understanding where you are through your location of its perception, of its coloration, through its pixel, of its hologram, geographic GPS location system. Okay, so understanding that you can have wavings because electronic interference through the star is connecting through you. Okay, so it wants to communicate with you, right? That's what it's doing, it's electronic interference. That line communication is up here, right? Now, if you put a negative thought in there through its atom system, this is the atom. Okay, it starts here. Atom is in the center. Now, remember I was telling you about speed force, how it goes from here and it jumps like this. So it goes from here and it jumps. Okay, so it's understanding that you went from positive. I'm going to put that down there so you better understand what the lines are. Okay, so the positive line through its atom is in its center. Okay, so the atom decides, okay, now this is a negative thought. All right, you had a negative thought with a positive thought. Okay, when you're in space, you have to be positive 100% when you're communicating. Okay, it's very, very important because you're traveling. Okay, so you have to understand the vibration signals through this atom system. Okay, so so you go to the positive and then you go to the negative. Okay. Okay. The negative, positive, the negative. Now, it's kind of like a swirly, but it's like a shh, you know. And then you got back into balance and you decided to go wind back force. You had to go back down. You can't go forward. Okay. So basically you have to start again, right? Positive, change your fraction division through the mind system, through its location centers. And then you can go overcross, okay, back into an atom. Okay. In that same location of its atom, but it's uprising. Okay. So when it's uprising, you're back in the positive mode. Okay. Positive mode. Okay, positive mode because it interforced and it jumped. Speed force jumped. Okay, it time leaped. So once you understand what an atom is, because an atom can time leap, time jump, time force recognition, vortex. That's what an atom is. It's communication through energy of intelligence. That's what the mind is. Okay, because the mind is everything through communication and vibration. So once you get into the positive mode, the atom system, okay, now wants to communicate with the star. Now, once you get into the positive, because everything in space is positive, nothing is negative in space. It's 100% perfect, okay? Perfect in a sense, but as soon as you change your location centers through your negative source, it goes back into its back force of its dark realm system, okay? The sky will change dark. Everything through colorations will change in your perceptions on what you think through its illustration of its diagram. So if you create something in space, it becomes extremely real. Okay? Once you now activate it, you can put that paraphrasing of a positive or negative thought into a dimension of another realm system. Okay? To another location of a planet system. That's how different energies go into different planet systems on different vibrations of the negative systems. That's understanding that you're healing somebody, but it's on a back location. It's on a bad vibe. So it's saying, oh my gosh, I just put an entity force of a black system through a negative force system into a planet system with somebody else. Uh-oh, what do I do? You don't know what to do, right? That's how powerful it is when you go through the mind and how powerful it is on what you need to do to change the traction division through line communication of energy of intelligence through vibrational signals. Okay, so it's very important when you're in space that you keep positive all times through line communication of all meditation. Okay, meditation in the sense, because now I think what we can do is we don't have to close our eyes. We can meditate in seconds because the positive thoughts are on its continuous force through the balance of its perception. Okay, but it's totally up to you on how you keep your positive modes. You can change your direction through its fraction divisions, because if you change the positive and negative, it changes the pixel in your body system. And that body simulator will react to everything through its location of its star system. Okay, This is extremely, extremely powerful video. Okay, this has to understand how you deal with the ego of space and time. Okay, this is going beyond anything through recognition when it comes to the face structuring. Okay, because the face of its structuring is its pixel of its activation through its perception of its balance through its vibration. And now you're communicating with that star system. Now, once you understand that you're in that positive mode system, that star system will rotate on its dimension. Okay, it will rotate and circle and cycle. Okay, once it circles and cycles, you're in the positive mode system. It will show you its true coloration system. Okay, so this is what happens to a star. Okay, so the star is going to change its location. Okay, so I go like this. Okay, it's extremely, extremely powerful stuff. So we went from green to blue, circling and cycling, but it's changing its color. So it's right now it's communicating with you, and it wants to get its full balance to its location center through communication of its positive mode system. So once it gets into its full rotation through its coloration pattern, it changes its direction to its volumes of its location. Okay, and then it disappears. And when it disappears, it's in simulation, and then that atom system connects in all rounds through all your locations. Now you're communicating on all levels of that energy star vibration system. Okay, so that vibration system of its star is understanding its full rotation. Once it goes around its cycle system, it changes the vibration. Okay, see what it does, right? So once it changes that, it goes back into its formation. Okay, and there you go, right there. It's red. That's the color of the star energy vibration system. Okay, so it wants the partnership with you through communication, because you're still in that positive mode. You haven't changed anything through negative source. Okay, if you change that negative source, that star system, okay, is going to high rise, and you're going to lose its perception. Okay, not only that, but that energy of its information is going to go into its penal division through your body simulator, and it's going to react. It gives you a reaction because you don't understand its communication, because you're not at its balance, because you don't understand its coloration through its perception. Okay, so once you're in that positive mode on its continuous force of its activation mode system through the body simulator of its pixel division, that atom system changes red, and it communicates with its star system. Okay, and that star system, okay, has partnership with you now. So its understanding went from green to red. It's understanding its full rotation of its center system through a star system. Now you can communicate with the full cycle system of its location system through its positive mode system. Okay, so now you're understanding how important singularity line system through energy of intelligence is. It's very important that we keep our positive modes through space and time. So it's fascinating in a way. You know, it's like you're having arguments with space and time, but you don't want to have arguments with space and time. You can't have positive and negative thoughts when you're in space, because you're traveling through dimensions. If you're going through dimension and you're positive and you're negative, the wires are going to go like this, right? And it's going to go like this, and one's going to go like this, and one's going to go like this, and they're going to go like this, right? It's not sure what it wants to do. That dimension is not going to open. That's going to backphase your force recognition, and that energy of its dimensional set system is going to vacuum you out of its location. And that body simulator system is going to go, whoa, right? And you're going to lose its direction. You're going to lose its penal division. So you have to get back into its pixel of its division. Try to understand its activation through its dimensional set. Try back to communicate with it. If you can't communicate with it, try to get back into its formation of its pixel division through its line communication line signal to its energy of its pattern system back into the simulator of its vibration system. Okay. So try to be aware of your thoughts. I seem to be unaware each thought and what is negative. Well, you know your thoughts, right? Everybody has positive and negative, and everybody has sometimes maybe in between, right? Yes and no answer, or yes, maybe, and no answer, okay? Or they could have a continuous force of yes and maybe, right? Or I'm not sure, or, either way, you have to think positive through the lines because it connects through vibration. And when that mind system is in space of time and you're using negative vibration, you're going to connect to dark realm of entity force systems. And if you don't understand the energy, it's going to go into your reaction of its body simulator. Okay. And what it's going to do, it's going to self-evolve through its location of a circulation rotation system and take over your body simulator system. Okay. Like I said, higher intelligence of illumination knows how to use your body system through body of transformation lights. It will take over your body simulator, it will take over your vibration, it will take over your transformation lights. It will communicate through space because it understands what's going on. So it's understanding that you're changing your self-identity force through fractions and everything through pixels of phase structuring. So it's very important, like I said, to keep positive thoughts all the time when you're in space. Okay? If you're meditating and you're going through a lot, the only time you can meditate is when you're opening your mind. You can't meditate and say, oh my God, what am I going to do today? I don't have a job. You can't meditate because that goes back into space. If that goes into space and you're putting negative thoughts, the rotation cycles of its system is going on its dark realm system. And that dark realm system is going to create its own realm. Like I said, if it creates its own realm, it's creating its own vibration through its energy of its atom. Okay, that's going to wind force your connection back into the simulator, and you're going to have a reaction through a body system. Okay, your body system. So, yeah, never doubt anything. Never hesitate anything through a mode, especially when it comes to the mind frequency levels, because everything through the mind, like, is very important. When you understand communication is everything, okay? But you just have to understand behaviorals through space and time because everything resides in a different coloration of vibration patterns through energy of singularity line systems. Because everything in space is a hologram system, but you have to understand the colorations of its energy star system. It went from green, circle and rotate, went from blue, trying to circulate, rotate through its trithesis, angular motion through its laser direction. Then it goes into red through partnership. Now you have partnership with that energy star system. That star system will put energy into you. Okay? That's what I mean. That's communication back and forth through its line signal. So you did that through its positive modes, not its negatives. So. Yeah, you can't. Not in space. No. If you're having a bad day and you can't overcome it, depending on what the situation is, do not meditate. And you don't have to meditate for 5 minutes. You don't have to close your eyes. You just have to create a thought. You create that thought, that magnetic force and highway information system through alignments of the major grids is going to connect. So that's a vibration of a voicing pattern that's connected through the mind system. Whatever you create, it comes to life. Okay? Because when you dream through your thoughts, when you're sleeping, everything comes to life. Okay? The only thing that's different, though, is that even though you're sleeping, okay, your eyes are going back and forth. You're activating, okay? The mind slows down, the brain slows down, okay? Your heart slows down. Everything through your body simulator slows down. You're sleeping. Now it's going through a projection mode system through an energetic waving of a realization system. And that realization system is opening its portal divisions. So your mind system, depending on what perception you're at, is opening activation codes. You don't know that, okay? But as soon as you wake up, you don't know what's going on. Either you remember the thought, or you remember the dream, or you don't, okay? If you remember the dream set, you know how to draw it out. You know exactly what it is. You know exactly what it means. you've just got partnership with your dream set frequency system through all vibrations. So it's very important to understand that, okay, when you're dreaming, okay? They're dream awakenings, okay? They're not just dreams. Dreams are related to past, present, and future. So it's understanding your locations through its dimensions. Are they positive or are they negative? Okay? Well, if you're awake or if you're dreaming and when you're sleeping. When you're sleeping, your cognitive system is already activating, okay? So your higher self is already out of your body or your galactic of the matrix, depending on where you are through your perception, okay? It's flying around. It knows exactly what it's doing, right? It doesn't have a negative system, okay? Because it's higher illumination light of communication. The higher self only knows what it's doing. It doesn't think of behavioral systems. It doesn't think of stress levels. It only knows what it needs to do. It's an operation illumination of an energy pattern system that's connected through the hydraulics. It's a generator system that's communication, a high force illumination light system through dimensional of shapes, letters, and numbers of all communications of solar systems, planets, and intelligence through all vibrations of communication through balance. Okay. Once you get into the gods of its century system, the century system is a connection because it goes through centuries, right? That's where you get into the ancient times. Okay. So the further you go into distance, the further you have to be in positive mode systems. If you go into 20,000 years later into the future and you're correcting your divisions, but you have a positive mode, but then you change it to negative, that's going to put you in a different dimension. That's not going to put you in its line sequencing because now you're changing locations. Okay? That's what happens. Your positive thoughts are very, very important when it comes to line signals. As soon as you change that line signal through a negative source system, your vibration of its magnetic force of your mind system changes its direction. Okay? You go into a different dimension through a different portal of an activation. Then you land on a different planet system. And then you have to understand, what do I do? How do I get back? Okay? It's just like getting lost through direction. You get the address, but then you find out it's the wrong address. Okay? I get that too when I go through my acting auditions. Sometimes I get two numbers the same, or one location is not the right location and this location is the right location, but then it's the wrong location. That's what I mean. So it's understanding that you're going to that location and you find out, oh, wait a minute, it's a different number now. So you have to reframe everything and go back to that location. It's the same thing with space. Okay? The same thing. But the only difference is that you have your GPS through your cybergenetic phone system through electronic device box system. You can look at the locations because it has location on your phone. So you can telegraph your energy patterns of airing through the mind system. That's no problem because you know exactly where the location is, right? But in space, everything's connected through string theory. Okay? You're not going to have a phone. The only thing you're going to have is your traveling mechanisms and your point divisions through line communications of dimensional sightings and everything through the audio signals, through the traveling, everything through the mind. Okay? You're not going to have a GPS of a phone. Okay? Higher self doesn't carry a phone in space. So, but it is a gamma ray active radio signal. But like it's saying, it's very important that you go right to that location and where you need to go. Because it's extremely hard to get back if you're into another planet solar system. Okay? That means your mind frame system is locked through its pixel. Okay, so if you're on a different planet system, that is going to have different energy, different pixel. Every entity force system has a different vibration. Okay? Now, once you get to that vibration of its planet, of its activation mode system, you have to understand its location through its centers of its core system. Then you get back into the positive modes, okay? Get back into its framing of the body simulator system, okay? Understand its location through its intelligence. Try to get partnership with it. Then you get back to its dimensional Earth, okay? So basically what that means is, in retrospect, you go back into your body simulator or body system or human of a vessel system, but you're a different person. That's what it means. That means you went somewhere else, but you didn't go to the right location. So if you go back into that body simulator through a different energy, you are going to be a different person through human behavior. Okay? It happens to everybody all the time. Somebody will say, hey, what happened to you, man? Like, you're a different person now. I don't recognize you. Why are you talking like that to me? You know? Where'd that come from? That came from an entity force system that's on a negative wire through a planet system. Everything through intelligence has light and dark. The very important thing is to understand how to get balance through friendship, relationship, and partnership. Okay? Through anything through line communication. Okay? It's extremely, extremely, extremely powerful stuff when it comes to human behavior or entity force of human behavior. So, okay, so when I wake up and I see things, draw them out, and that will help me remember where I was. Yep. Your provisions through your acting cycles through your system, Tricia, will uprise your energy fields. Now you're in your stress levels, you're coming back into your balance, you're extremely stressed with school, I understand that, through your location centers. But I uprise all your vibration systems through the head repeaters. Everything has a head repeater, mind repeater, eye repeater, voice repeater. Those repeaters are connection through vibrations. That's understanding how to change the location of its energy cycle. These things are extremely powerful, okay, because it's connected to the wires of its human motion. Okay, because the vibrations are extremely high rise. So once you get into the location centers of its bounce, your new chakra system will be able to communicate with your airway cycles through its energy cell system. Okay? It's extremely complicated because my cybergenetics through the geometrics of its geometry system is just astronomical. And I keep saying astronomical because I live in space, right? So everything through the astral connection of time zones is understanding how you communicate with electronic interference. So if you're communicating with electronic interference, but you don't understand its location, how are you going to understand everything through the mind system? Because electronic interference, anything in the space of time has its atom. You just have to understand how to get balance. Okay? That's the most important thing. So a lot of people are not aware when they dream and they wake up, they forget their dream. If they forget their dream, either they're not awake or they are awake, but they're not sure what's happening with the mind. The mind is everything, okay? Because the mind is connected through the brain. The brain's connected to the mind. But when the mind comes out, everything through the mind becomes its own brain through its energetic waving system. So it's understanding it's correcting everything through space, all communication. So the mind is trying to get communication through all waving cycles through the gamma rays of its geographing, mind, analytical, GPS location system. So once it gets its locations through its gamma ray of its geosystem, the geometrics of shapes, letters, and numbers will have partnership with your body simulator systems. Okay? So, so we're doing a lot of illustrations on, but this is, my vibration sets are side windings angles. Once you understand vibration and once you understand your energy, energy, thought, vibration, and heart, those are the four condensers that you need to know the most. Then you get your four atmospheres. Okay, we already know what that is: fire, earth, water, and air. Okay, then you become your silicone to the antimantium. There's many variations of upgrading lifts, sanctions that are connected through your DNA structure, through your biochemical reproduction. Your reproduction is the most important thing because it is connected through the pixels. Your pixels change every single time. Remember I was telling you about you changing clothes every day? Your pixels are changing everything through its reaction of its vibration. So if you high rise through a stress level, your pixel is going to high rise through a different coloration. And that coloration is going to communicate with space. So if you communicate with that vibration on a stress level, because everything in space is light and dark, so you could be communicating with dark vibration that's on a stress level, it will go into you and it will create its own realm through your body simulator. Okay? That's how everything is created through diseases. everything through optical centers of units of eye receptors, everything through its connection of brain tumors, anything through its connection of inflammation. Inflammation starts with cysts. Cyst starts with cancer. Cancer starts with all diseases, all connection of energy waving patterns. Everything in space and time is its connection through human behavior, energetic motion pattern systems. So it's very important to be positive every single day. And if you can't, don't meditate, okay, until you get back into that positive mode system. All right, thumbs up on that. So everybody wants to understand. That's the hardest thing to do, is trying to control your ego system when you're in space and time. If you can't control your human behavior in space and time, your mind system is going to have a reaction every single time you travel through vibration. Okay? That's what the problem with humanity's system is, because they don't understand what's going on with their brain. They don't understand what's going on with their mind. Okay? Everybody wants to fight. Okay? Why fight? Let's bring the love of everything through its continuous force. That's the only way we're going to high rise through vibration. But regardless, okay, everything is going to happen through vibration, through 5-dimensional set. Okay? Everybody's going to platitude. Okay? And I'll make sure that that is a promise. So it all depends on your lifespan and everything through your protection and everything through your connection of your positive and negative feeds. Okay? One positive word will set your divisions through your proactive systems when it comes to future events. Okay? One positive word, okay, will give you everything through communication of balance. One negative word will give you back force recognition systems and put you in the bleeding of the motion system through communication of line communication through back force vibrations of black hole systems. So you got to ask yourself, how important is it for you to keep your balance through positive feeds? Okay? That's the only way you're going to understand yourself. Your self-involvement is everything through your body simulator. And like I said, once you change your perspective through your pixels, through your body simulator, it changes its direction through a negative source. Your coloration will change. Okay? So it's very important that you understand the listening skills and everything through its activation mode when it comes to vibration, circulation, rotation. Okay? So now we got into the singularity. We know exactly what happens with the singularity when it comes to the simulation and how everything disappears. Once it disappears, you're in balance fully and completely and in partnership with that entity force. Not only your body system changes, but it disappears. You don't see it disappear because it's your higher self that disappears, not you. That's the understanding, that you see the perception of you disappear in space. That means that you're on its simulation location of its perception through its coloration of its entity force, through its energy of its line, and its continuous force through its singularity of its force, through its communication of its interforce, of its locking mechanisms, through its mind, brain, wave, frequency systems. So this is powerful information. It's the most powerful information I have to give everybody, okay? This is the more understanding why positive and negatives are everything through your communication. You put one positive word through all locations through you, your whole community around you, through your friends and families, okay, will have positive feeds through their thoughts. You connect, okay? Because you're an energetic waving pattern of communication of radio signals through the gamma ray of the geomag system. That geomag is understanding plants, okay? Plants, animals, vibration, atmospheres, mother, father, communication, vibration, energy, locations, humanity's source recognition systems. All these things connect through you through positive feeds. Okay? If you want a plant to die, it will die. Now, thing is too, is understanding that you are connected through everything, okay, through balance. Now, for example, when I was younger, everybody has problems with electronics and some things die. And, dies because of a reason, because of resolution, or it's just the framing system goes out, or the lights go out in the computer, or it doesn't work anymore, the software doesn't work, or you have to upgrade it, but you have to get a new computer. There's a reason why we get processing of new things, right? So if you put bad thoughts into a computer, or you put bad thoughts in a TV, it's going to override your system. It's going to override your system. It's going to override its electronic of its computer system or its TV system. Okay. So it's not just communicating with the humanity of its force recognition when it comes to positive and negative feeds. You are the connection to everything through balance. Okay. It's not just the TV. It could be a toaster. It could be anything. You have to be careful on your emotional content when it comes to vibration, because your energetic waving patterns are connected through the pixel division. Because everything that you see is in the simulation through its vibration. You just understand communication. So if you change your cycles through positive and negative, okay, what will happen is the more positive you go through its feeds, everything through its connection is going to have its interforce, and everything through its positive feeds is going to have its force recognition through its journey system. So you're going to go ahead in time. You're going to go where you want to go. But the more negative you put in there, everything is going to be catastrophic. Okay? So just remember, it's not just people that you deal with. It's everything through electronics. It's everything through material. It's everything through grass. It's everything through walls. It's everything through glasses, forks, knives, cars, roads, trees, atmospheres, roofs, anything. Everything is energy. Okay? And it's reacting to you, okay, through communication, because your mind is out of its operation program system. Okay, so it's all about understanding how to balance the mind through frequency levels of all communication of vibration of energy, communication levels of entity force systems. So, yeah, I know. So I think everybody's getting a better understanding why things happen to them. Why did this break down? Why did that break down? What am I going to do? I don't have any money to get something new, right? Use your thoughts. You want something to go on its continuous force? You want to keep something alive through vibration? Use your thoughts. Soon as you say a negative thought, breaks down. Eventually. Not right away, but it does. Okay, so the same thing with the example with the TV. Not only I had a negative thought, but the TV went out. Okay? Everything is connected through energy and vibration. Okay? You have to understand your voicing grids. You have to understand your energy of its patterns through its transmission lights. You have to understand your perceptions. You have to understand your mind. Everything is connected through you. And you're teleporting information of energy systems to everything that's connected through a vibration system, through humanity's system. Yeah, oh my, wow. Right? So, is it possible when I travel at night that my hair gets cut and burns at the tip of the hair? No, that's only in the brain frequency system, the mind system, Trisha. Just be cautious on your waving cycles through your planet system. Know exactly your location of your line energy pattern system. Then you understand partnership with your planet that you're residing on. If you're in the matrix grid system and you see a heat signature of a meteor that's coming down and you're going through it, right? You have to understand how to use your force recognition of your energy fields, okay? Because you have heat condensers, you have coolants, everything through its condensers. So it's very important that you use your positive feeds. No, my hair's not going to go on fire. Oh, everything is fine. I just put an energetic waving. The more you create thoughts through positive feeds, it becomes energy. The energy, what happens is it creates vibration. When the vibration is created, it creates illusion. That illusion becomes its hologram. That hologram becomes its symbol. That symbol becomes its activation. That activation becomes its movement. And that movement becomes its reality. Okay? That's what it is. So be cautious on your positive thoughts because you create everything through energy. Now, if you know how to create that and you can visualize that, you're saying that, oh, I have golden brace hair that's connected through the immortal of its sun. Your illumination hair is going to high rise through its division of its lights because you're thinking of positive thoughts. If you're thinking of your hair burning, your hair is going to burn through the simulation of your higher self communication of the galactic Oritz matrix. Okay? So you're not just communicating with you, you're communicating with a higher force of you, right? So if you want something to happen bad, something is going to happen bad because you're connecting through its negative source, right? So humans are not aware. No, nobody's aware of this. Nobody knows anything of this. I'm just trying to make it easier for everybody so they get past their life and how they can move forward through their energy of its vibration. Okay? And it's extremely real. You can't see it because it's not at your balance, at your perception. Once it disappears and you see it through its perception, then you have partnership with that entity force of its line communication, of its energy line system. Okay? It's a necessary, yeah. I'm giving this more of a force to everybody. Okay, everybody out there, should really pay attention to what's going on with your human essence of themselves and how it's self-conflicting everything through emotion. Okay? So there's 24 hours in a day. Now, you get up. Are you negative or positive? Are you happy or are you sad? If you're sad and you stay continuous of it's sad, that vibration through pixel is going to change its direction. So what that means is that vibration signal, wherever you go through communication, as soon as you walk out that door and you're communicating with that vibration of a low frequency level of a negative source, that's going to connect through its realm of its community system. That's going to go into that person. That's going to go into that person. That goes into that person. You connect through everything through your energy field. Once you're connected through your energy force, everything around you through positive and negative is going to have its connection. So at the end of the day of 24/7, you're going to ask yourself, oh, I had a bad day. Right? Right? All because you created through your thoughts of its mind system. So if you think positive on 24/7, you get up and you feel great, fantastic. Everything around you, as long as you keep that positive mode system going through you for the 24/7, okay, that day will be a great day. And everything around you, oh, I just got a job. Oh, I just got a new car. Oh, I just got some money, right? That's how connected we are through space and time, through energy and vibration. So, so this is extremely, extremely powerful video for everybody to watch. Yeah, everything is awareness. Everything is aware around you. Okay, once you get into this simulation, everything disappears. It goes like this. And once it disappears, it goes in circular rotation. It shows you a coloration. Okay, you disappear through its communication of higher self, the galactic matrix. Now you understand everything through vibration, through that entity force of illumination light system. Okay? Because everything revolves around electricity. So if you're having a reaction motion, you're having a bad day. Okay? Like, for example, you can't have a perfect day. It doesn't exist. You just have to understand how to retrack and change everything through its positive system. So like I said, I had that bottle of pop and it just popped. It just, because my energy was vibrating on a different level. Okay. So it's possible to actually break something. I'm not just saying the cap. I'm talking about the center. Okay. It just poof, it squirted out because the energy vibration was too high. And the dimensional earth doesn't understand the vibration because you're in space through the mind system. Everything through its connection of its dimensional earth has a different vibration. Okay. So you're communicating through a human vessel, through a human brain of a mind. But when you're communicating in space, it's a totally different vibration. So you're going to react to everything. Okay. And there's going to be major chaos if you don't correct your divisions through your vibrations, through its balance. Okay. And like you said, when you're a human vessel, we're human first, right? But once you get into the spiritual realm, 100% through the mind of its capacitor, of its brain system, you're communicating with vibrations of space and time. Okay? Not humanity system. That's only if you're out of its operating program system. Okay. If you're still in the brain system of its mind system, that's okay. You're just going through transformation meditation. It's just trying to get to know you. The mind is trying to get to know you. It's trying to get friendship, relationship, and partnership. Like I said, you have to get partnership with the mind. You have to get partnership with your heart. You have to get partnership with the immortal of its soul. Okay. These things are very important. And like I said, space has ego, just like humanity has ego through dimensional Earth. So. Also, with a negative thought, I was on the phone with my sister. She was being negative in her thought. Then I was talking to my throat, made me choke. See, there you go. You guys are communicating back and forth by negative wires. And that's communicating through space, through planet systems. So that planet system, through a dark vibration system, is going to go back into your energy system. And you guys are going to communicate back and forth, right? Negative system, right? Space is loving it, okay? Because it's creating realms of dark vibrations. You don't want to have dark vibrations in your body simulator. That's going to override your systems. You don't want to do that. So to come to a solution, as soon as you put a positive thought, that's going to go through its phone connection of your friend. Okay? And your friend is going to understand, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Once you say sorry, your vibration goes back down to its balance. Okay? And once it goes back down to its balance, it gets back into its rotation of its system, through its right circulation rotation system, and it's no longer in a dark vibration. Okay? Force recognition and illumination light system through all vibrations go around. Anything through a back force is a negative vibration. Okay? Negative vibration goes on the back. Force recognition of positive feeds go on its front. Okay? So. Yep. Everything is reacted through you, through your thoughts. Yep. That's exactly what it is. Yep. If you meditate and you're in the open grounds of nature and you meditate on a negative thought, you're going to change vibration through its grounds and everything through its location of where you are. So be cautious on that. Okay? Especially when you're in space. As soon as you open that crown chakra and you're putting negative thoughts and you're communicating through grounds and you're communicating with the atmospheres, you have to remember, you're not just communicating with yourself, you're communicating with everything around you through its balance. It's not just where you are, it's everything around you. You know, there could be 5, 6 people miles away. That energy is going to go into them because your energy fields are so big and so wide. It's amazing. You know, the more you understand through energy of vibration, your energy fields get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay? Because everything is connected through space and time. So it's all about answering patterns through your voice and grids and keeping a positive feeds everywhere you go, even if you meditate. Okay? I think I said this too in my last video. I was talking about that you didn't meant to create a bad thought. That's okay. That can be retracted. But don't keep negative thoughts in your mind every single day. Everybody has a good day and a bad day. It's understanding how to get ego with yourself. If you can get ego with yourself through light and dark, you can get ego with the space of its connection through its time frequency systems. No chaos, just steady. Yeah. Okay, so you want this. Now I'm going to line frequency and line system down. Okay, I'll show you. We've already done the cross-reference system. Okay, so this is it. Do you want to be this or this? You got to ask yourself, which line do you want to be? This line or this line? Okay. So if you're this line, you're going to go on its continuous force, right? It's going to force recognize. So it's going to go on a circular rotation system. It's going to circle and rotate. Okay. It's going to expand your energy fields. Okay, that's what happens when you go through force recognition, through that line sequence system, through an energy of its pattern. So it's connected through its force. It's extremely powerful. I can activate this and put this into everybody if you want. Okay, that will change everything through your direction. That's how powerful it is. Illustration is extremely real once you know how to use its dimension. So this is the back force of a waving cycle system through a line frequency system, but this is in a dark realm. Okay. So if you can create positive illustrations, you can create bad illustrations. Okay. Because there's a lot of people that draw things of skulls and swords and up down phrasings of up down of a moon surfacing grounds. I mean, you have to be cautious in what you do because your eye perceptions are seeing the illustration, and if your mind system is out through space connection, it becomes extremely real. So this here can go into your body simulator just by looking at it, if you understand the vibration. If your mind system is out of its capacitor of its operation program system, this vibration of its dark realm will go into your energy communication levels of its body simulator. So I can activate this. This is a positive. This is a negative. It's all about you and understanding how you want to keep your line frequencies. That's what I'm saying. You have to understand line communication because everything is connected through lines. Okay. So do you want a straight line through an activation, through energy fields, force recognition, or do you want a wavy line through back force recognition? That will wind force your sections, and that will put you in the dark vibration system. Ask yourself. Okay. So. But, like I said, this is a very, very powerful video. Everybody really, really has to understand what's going on with their line signals and vibration systems through the energy of its communication levels. Okay, we got into a little bit about fraction divisions and activation of shapes. I remember way back we started with shapes and how to activate it through its movements and how to counterclockwise everything through its plasmesium and its force recognition of its plasma. But we haven't even got into the helix. We haven't even got into the hydron or the hedron. Okay, those are totally different activation portals. And you have to be extremely, extremely positive when you're going through line communication through energy of intelligence, because there's higher force connections of other planets that you're communicating with and you know nothing about. So if you're using a helix transformation light system through your body simulator, you really have to know what's going on through its line communication of its vibration through its energy system. So, hey Kitty, how's it going? Shortly after I jumped on at the end of the table and you healed me and the headache went away. There you go. Good for you. But like I said, you guys want to keep high rising, go through my PayPal account and I'll heal you faster and faster. Everything I give you through PayPal account is understanding that I can change your line frequencies and keep you on a balanced frequency system. But it's very important how you keep your light communication of your dark system. Okay, because you can have a wavy line or you can have a straight line. It's up to you and what you want. So my healing will change everything through location centers. Okay, and you'll get less stress levels. Okay, that's what healing is. It's understanding everything through DNA structure, because everything circulating rotates. But as soon as you put it on its back force, you're creating a dark vibration. Okay, so if you want to be healed, go through my PayPal account. So, constantly aware of every thought. Yep, that's exactly what it is. I finally figured out how to send donation. Oh, great. Good for you. Yeah, you just set up your own PayPal account, send them your own information, go on to Unified Ascension Master Healer, and just donate, contribute, whatever you want through my PayPal account, and all set and done. Now, the thing is, too, is a lot of people want confirmation that the energy goes in. It goes in right away. Okay, you don't have to, I don't have to send you a message because you'll get it right away. You'll react to it. And what it is, it will tell you exactly what to do. So it's giving you something what you need to do ahead of time. Okay, so it's balancing everything out through line frequency systems. Your lines have to communicate through its positive force. You can't wind force your connection through your body simulator and go up through its connection of its new chakra system and go this way, or go this way, go this way. You can go down. You don't just go up. You can go down if you want to. You say you want to go down through interforce connections. You're going into the grounds. You have no idea what's in the grounds. Be cautious on your words. Okay? Wish what you think for. Wishing is everything. You think of a wish, it comes true. Okay? Because it's connecting through the magnetic force and highway information system. So really, really be cautious on your positive and negative thoughts. So. Yeah, it was a reaction to a negative thought. Yeah. If you put a negative thought in somebody, they're going to react to you. Okay, they're going to force wind their cycles through the vibrations of its energy, of its intelligence, and come back at you force strong. Okay, so you have to decide whether you want to balance yourself out and put a positive word in there through a vibration. As soon as you put a positive thought through its vibration of its magnetic force and highway of its mind capacitor of its energetic waving mind scanning system, it changes everything through direction. It changes your pixels, changes your vibrations, changes your energies, changes everything through colorations, and it changes your perception. Okay, that goes back into that person, and that person say, "Oh, okay, I'm so sorry. You know, I've had a bad day. Blah blah blah." Boom, back into you. Okay, high rises your illumination. You'll feel the energy, and now you're back on its balance through its communication of its involvements, through its vibration of its balance. Okay. Yeah, you can watch it back. Yeah. Yeah, this is more of a personal video. This is coming from the immortal of its heart, soul. Okay, once you understand the Pandora of its box, which, by the way, the Pandora of its box is extremely real in space. It's just understanding that you are a mystery. It's just understanding how to open its box and everything around it, everything in it. Okay, once you understand that, then you understand everything through its communication of its balance, through its vibration of its energy, of its intelligence. So. But I wanted to give that to everybody because I go through it too. Just imagine how much energy it goes through, because I'm in 300,000 years now, entity optical systems through XT110 vibrations of gamma ray systems that are in the GO1 Therium system that's connected to all vibrations of planets, intelligence, and energy of vibration systems. So, you know, that's a lot of energy that goes into my mind, brain, wave, and frequency system of all scanning mode systems, all vibration community of balance systems, 7 days a week. So trying to control that through vibration, because everybody wants to connect with you once your mind opens. Once your mind opens and you connect through space and time, you connect with everything through vibration. So it's very important to keep that vibration, right? Okay. It's not communicating with humanity. It's communicating with space and time. That's what it is. You open that right portal, you go through its location. You don't open its right portal, you go through its wrong location. Okay? Positive, negative. Balance. Come together. Yin and yang. Okay? So, just going over the questions here, see if I missed anything. Everything I give you is an example, but I also give you healing, right? This channel gives you healing right away as soon as you get on and see me, right? It's healing. You don't see it, but my vibrations are healing. My mind is healing you just by me telling you, oh, it's positive feeds. If I resonate on my channel and I put negative thoughts, it goes into your vibration of its mind system. Okay, and that full collaboration is going to create its dark realm vibration system. Okay. And again, that's why I keep saying, please, please be careful on what you watch, because I've been watching a lot more YouTube videos, and there's a lot of BS and BS out there, which you guys should not be watching. Okay. because the mind is extremely real once it comes out of its operation program system. Okay? Because I don't watch horrors. I sometimes watch thrillers, but I don't watch horrors because they're extremely real to the mind. And that's extremely negative. And anything through that will store in its information panel system, its archive system, through a computer system. So it's understanding that you're going through a transformation of a telecommunication of anything. That automatically goes into the mind system. It's stored through its archive system. Okay? So it's a photo image. When you're asleep, okay, you're asleep. That will come forward. And you will dream that set sequence system, that everything through its dimensional sighting. So be cautious on what you watch. Be cautious on what you hear. Be cautious on what you see. Okay? So, oh, thank you, Bridget. Your thoughts, okay, I'm going to leave this with you, are the most important thing in space and time. Not only you create your reality, but those thoughts become extremely real through vibration. Okay? You can create anything through energy if you know how to activate it and how to put it in dimension, how to put it in somebody else. That's what's saying that what the mind is and what it does. Because when the mind comes out of its operation program system, it does nothing but thoughts, but it's always on its continuous force. It doesn't go on its back force. Okay? You don't see stars going this way. You see stars going this way. They're always in force. They're always going on its continuous force. They're always on its force recognition of forward. You never see a star go back, right? You only see stars fall. Stars fall because the gravity center of its system through a galaxy system needs a higher illumination light of voltage system because the galaxies reside on so many coloration of patterns through the vortex division. So it needs a lot of energy cycles through vibration to keep it on its waving system, because that's what the galaxy is. This is the galaxy. This is what it is. Okay? Archetypes. Right? Then you have stars. See? You have to understand what's in space and how everything communicates through movement. That's how we got into shapes, right? Through activations and movements and overlapping, confusing line signals, open over vortex divisions of shapes and its connection through vibration. So, yeah, all garbage must come out. Yep. Yep. That's what you want. All garbage come out. Yep. Everybody has a virus system. You just have to understand how to control it. Okay? Because it's always that negative thought is going to always try to get in there, you know? It's working with your ego. That's the biggest thing that you have to work on is your ego. Okay? Once you work on an ego, then you understand the balance of its dichotomy. Okay? Dichotomy is getting balanced with your ego. And then the ego goes away. All right? When it goes away, now you're coming into space and time for the very first time. And then you're creating a whole new mind of a brain system through another ego. So it's understanding how to control that ego through space and time. So everything's on its continuous force. But, you know, it's just understanding how to communicate with everything. That's all it is. Mostly yourself, really. But your thoughts are the most powerful thing that you can consume in your body simulator. So. But I've been on an hour and a half, so I'm going to let you guys go. I got to communicate with other star systems right now because they're on low vibration. And that low vibration has to have its arriving system through an energy of vibration system. And I have to put it in a dimensional system through another location system. Because we have, you know how you have shooting stars or falling stars? Okay? Well, it's understanding that it loses its vibration, it loses its energy. So what happens is it disintegrates back into its galaxy system of its plane motion. And it's very important that once it goes on its depleting motion, it goes back into its framing system, then we understand how to bring back up its illumination of its star system. Because every star system that falls has to come back up. Okay, same with the planet system. You have to bring back its energy into its solar division of its solar system, right? It goes back into its line communication, right? So it's our understanding gravity, it's understanding energy, it's understanding lights. Everything's connected through the mortal sun and everything's connected through the mortal moon. Okay? So it's very important that we get that star system back in its location. Same thing with the pixel. Same thing with the pixels. Okay? It's just very important that you understand what your pixels are and what they're doing through your human behavior of its connection to its vibration of its energy pattern and its emotions of its psychic divisions. Once you understand that, then you understand that when you're communicating in space and you see a star falling, you have to understand how to communicate with it and put it back in its division. Okay? Because everything in space has problems. Okay? Yes, it's perfect, but these things happen because of meteors, crater surfaces, sealaments, gravitational vibration pull falls. A gravitational pull of vibrations basically splitting activations of parallel dimensions. That means there's a cracking surface and a multi-connection, which I got to fix. So it's very powerful stuff when you're in the multiverse connection. This is going way beyond the mind. That's understanding you're traveling on the other side of that coin. You flip the coin over, you're onto the multi-connection, right? There's so many multi-universe connections, just as there's so many solar systems, okay? And again, you have to understand your body simulator through a vibration of communication through its energy of its intelligence, okay? Then you'll be able to fix anything through space and time. Okay, it's complicated stuff, but it's fascinating to see, you know, because when I live in space every day, I know exactly what I'm doing. When you know what you're doing, they ask for more. Because it's all based on, it starts off with nothing is everything. Becomes nothing, and then it becomes everything. That's understanding the believing, okay? Like I said, it's not seeing is believing, it's believing is seeing, okay? Try to get that into what it is, okay? When you close your eyes and everything is black, okay, you have to understand how to use the positive lines. What are you creating through the mind? Are you creating a star? Are you creating a solar system? Are you creating line communication through other stars? So it's very important how you communicate when you're dark circling your center through space connection. Because if you're seeing black, you're not connected with anything because you have an open conception, but your mind's not open. You just close your eyes and it's dark. Everything is dark. You can't see, right? But soon as you use those projections, like you're dreaming, but you're awake, okay? That becomes extremely real. And then it becomes into activation, then it becomes into energy, then it comes into vibration, then it comes into movement. And now you've created it. Now you have partnership with whatever you created. And when you create that through partnership, that energy goes into you through cycle division. And that uprises your chakra system. So, you know, powerful stuff, eh? But I'm going to tap out. It's almost 2 o'clock. Wow. I'm 20 minutes ahead of time. Anyway, please feel free to ask questions, comments, or anything you'd like to know. I'm here to upgrade you and everything through this connection of pixel divisions. It's very important that you understand your human, of its behavioral system and its connection through its pixels, vibration, and everything through its connection with positive and negative feeds of its wires connections. Okay? And please, if you want to go to my PayPal account, I can heal you through anything through communication levels. These things are very important to you now. You have to understand what's going on with your body simulator. You have to understand everything through location of vibration. So, like I said, questions or comments are great. Okay? So, love you guys very much. Take it easy. This is Andrew Weston calling out. Adios, everybody.